From April 2nd to April 26, 2024, we have the messenger of the gods, Mercury. It's going to be stationing retrograde from 27 degrees Aries to 15 degrees Aries. Now, he's going to weave his way past the sun, past the moon, past the nodes, and Venus, and this is all going to be in a matter of 3 weeks. This is going to be taking your rational thoughts, your ideas, everything kind of offline and inwards, backwards and inwards. Combine this with the planets in Pisces that are ruling our karmic tides at this time. It's a real heady mix of intuition and our subconscious responses that are rising to the surface. Think of it as logic and facts. They may be harder for you to access. So take your time when you are trying to make some decisions and navigating this time. Listen to your body and follow your inner guidance. If you are a cardinal sign, Aries, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer, with these placements near those degrees, you're going to feel the impact of this retrograde even more acutely. Aries rules the planet of Mars. It influences your actions, your energy, your desires, sex, anger, courage, competition, your inner drives, your passions, bringing into this retrograde this impulsive and restlessness vibe. So use caution for any spontaneous actions in the next coming weeks. Because Aries energy, it pushes for quick responses or quick decisions. Remember that this may cloud your judgment, leading to potential hasty decisions that you may express moving forward. Aries is a cardinal fire sign, so when Mercury moves through it, you may be more likely to struggle with slowing down. At the same time, you may need to take some time to reflect on, are you standing up for yourself? Are you standing up against others? How are you showing up in your dreams for your passions and your desires? How are you taking risks? How healthy is your relationship with competition, with aggression, with anger, with desire? Basically, what drives you inside and out? Hi, I'm your astrologer, Patricia Tate, and this is your Mercury Retrograde in Aries, April 2024 transit forecast. So to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So let's dive in. So for Aries Sun and Aries Rising, we have Mercury in your first house of self. This is a huge time for you. This has been an opportunity now for you to go back, reflect, rethink, revise things that will improve your strength, your habits, your happiness, joy, pleasure. The first house represents everything that has to do with you and how you present yourself to the world. I say that it's like your business card or your website. It's visually how people see you, what you're rising to be. Now, Mercury rules over your sixth house of your daily habits, how you can be of service to others. It's your mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. The sixth house is how you nurture and care for yourself, how you support yourself with alternative health and healing. Now, Mercury also rules over your third house of communication. This is through email, phone, text, who you communicate with on a daily basis. This is with writing or journaling or text or email, and it's short distance travel. It can be your neighbors, it can be your siblings, it can be cousins, but the third house is what you do or who you connect with on a short, on a location basis. Having your chart ruler in your 12th house has this connection to other avenues that can support you, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your synchronicity of finding a coin, finding a feather, it's dreams, meditation, the Akashic records. It's about internal healing and transcendence through breaking through those channels. It's you taking these deep journeys and going within and you connecting to the divine. And so Mercury stationing retrograde in your first house has you going back over Chiron, your wound, in the sign of Aries, how you have been personally wounded by what other people have said or done to you. It's also going to go across your north node. The north node is your direction in which you're supposed to be moving towards. Aries, yourself, in the first house of you being seen and your outlook on life, and how do you heal, or how do you repair this? The sun represents you, and it's going to cross your moon also. So this is truly taking like this emotional toll on you with how can I restructure, how can I realign my life, how can I make and create these daily habits that I can rehabilitate myself, or have this resilience to heal and rebound from things that have wounded me in the past. So Mercury going retrograde in your first house is going to be this opportunity for you to say, what are my dreams telling me? What are my desires? What are my passions? Am I communicating these things clearly? Am I in a healthy relationship with myself and with others, with creating these healthy boundaries? And what drives me? What are my passions? What do I want to realign within myself? This is about selfhood, or your identity, or putting yourself first and initiating the change so you can have self-preservation. I absolutely, I love this. I look at when Mercury stations retrograde, it gives us a time to go back and finish a lot of projects, or finish some things that we've been working on, in order for us to move forward with a clean slate, or this new beginning. There are a couple dates that I want you to pay attention to during this Mercury retrograde period, because Mercury is also going to connect with the planet of Venus. Venus is going to move from your 12th house into your first house of self. So beauty, love, money. And this is going to be on April 19th. So this is going to be setting the stage for some more introspective, heartfelt, truly passionate communication in the relationships that you have with others. Then I want you to anticipate these huge aha moments, these like light bulb moments, with the very next day on April 20th, because this marks probably the biggest planetary meetup of the year. This is when Jupiter conjoins with Uranus in your second house of self-worth, cash, property, and resources. I do have a separate video on that, but know that this will add another layer of what is going on with you during this Mercury retrograde. Jupiter is the planet of fortune and abundance, and it's going to pair up with Uranus, offering these shocks and surprises in your second house. And so all of this is going to change how you think, feel, and believe about yourself. So Aries, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Taurus Sun and Taurus Rising, you have Mercury stationing retrograde in your 12th house. Now, the 12th house for you represents how you connect to the spiritual realm. The 12th house is where we sit and we receive messages. It's the hidden house. It's where we don't share things with other people. It can be institutions or hospitalizations. It can be affliction. So Mercury retrograde through this house really is having you go back over some things that resonate with self-sabotage and fears, things that are karmic, either through past lives or that have been generational trauma that's been passed down. Mercury rules over your 5th house of fun, joy, creativity, children, pleasure, the house where we want to take risks. Mercury also rules over your 2nd house of your self-worth, your cash, your property, who you surround yourself with that you value, people, places, and things that you need or want or desire to be around you to make you feel secure. So Mercury going back over some topics in your 12th house, it will go back past your Chiron, your wound, the wound of your identity. Who has wounded you? This could be children, this could be lovers, this could be people who have taken things from you. This could be words or things that you have of value, meaning like your 2nd house. Mercury is then going to go back through your North Node. You having to process this, these feelings, these wants, these needs, these desires, tapping into your intuition, doing the inner healing that is needed for you to have the growth and the transcendence of who are you as a spiritual being, as a divine being of the universe. Mercury is then going to go past the sun, which is you, and your moon, which is your intuition and your feelings. This could be an opportunity for doing the shamanic work, doing shamanic clearing, past life regressions. The 12th house also represents where we connect with others who are not on this spiritual plane. And so this could be an opportunity for you to tap into what do your dreams mean? What is your intuition telling you? How do you heal from self-sabotage? How do you heal from these wounds of other people not appreciating you and valuing you? Your ruler of your 12th house is in your 11th house, in your house of hopes, wishes, dreams, goals, and networks of who do you align with. And this will be an opportunity for you to say, I need to have a realignment. I need to release myself from these paths things that I've been carrying with me, and moving forward with these deep journeys and this connection to the divine. And it's a transcendence. It's a removal of and moving forward with spiritual growth. Now, there's a couple of dates that I want you to mark down. Mercury is also going to connect with Venus on April 19th. Venus is going to come into your 12th house. Venus is the goddess of love and money, and brings people together. And this could be self-love. And so this is going to be setting the stage for you being more introspective and more heartfelt, more compassionate in your communication, in your relationships that you have with others. And then the very next day, expect these aha moments or these light bulb moments. Literally, this energy is building as we speak. This is probably going to be the biggest transit of the year, and it marks on April 20th. When Jupiter aligns with Uranus in your first house of self. I absolutely love this for you because Jupiter is the planet of abundance, and Uranus is shock and change and pivot. And I didn't think about this. And so who you are becoming will shock and awe other people. It is you changing your self-expression, your power, your divinity, your vitality, and your strength about who you are by removing what is holding you back, moving into selfhood, being your authentic self, initiating the change so that you have self-preservation. During this retrograde, it'll be a time to rewrite your story, a time to rekindle your self-love and rediscover who the inner child is, to reflect and repair some of the cycle of the broken record of things that have been said over and over in your head, in order to repair and heal, because you are resilient. So Taurus, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Gemini Sun and Gemini Rising, Mercury is going through your 11th house. Mercury is always really, really important to you because Mercury is your chart ruler. It represents who you are, how people see you, how you present yourself to the world, your habits, your goals, your vitality, your health. I always say that it's how others see you, like your business card or your website, and it's also you being seen. Mercury also rules over your 4th house of your home, your foundation, your roots, your what you build your life or your security upon. And this can be family or home. Now, Mercury traversing back through your 11th house will have you connecting with your wound, Chiron, the wound of your identity, and it probably, some of the wounds probably came from home. This could be with family members. These are wounds with your identity of who you are and your goals, where you want to go and what you want to do in life. An identity wound like this could have started when you were younger, with people just not believing in that's a stupid goal. Why would you think that? Why don't you pick something that's more stable, more reliable? This could be not being supported by partners or family or friends, and knowing that you're going to be reviewing some of those conversations that you've had, and recovering through them and recreating a new story in your head. Mercury is then going to go through past your north node of the direction in which you're supposed to be going. I need to heal my inner child, and I need to make sure that I am following my divinity, following my goals, my hopes, realigning with who I'm supposed to be in connection with. It'll go across the sun, which represents you, your moon, your feelings, your intuition. And then I want to bring in one more thing. The ruler of your 11th house is in your 12th house, meaning this is setting you up for something that has to do with your career or your goals or a legacy, or somebody seeing you as an authority figure, or authority figures noticing you and understanding and seeing and hearing what you have to say as real and authentic. This is going to be a time of self-preservation, initiating things and putting your wants, needs, and desires first. A time of you rediscovering who are you and what do you really want to do, tapping into that, standing up for yourself and showing up for what you want in your dreams and your passions and your desires, and you taking the risks to make these things happen. There's 2 dates that I want to bring to your attention. Mercury is also going to connect with Venus on April 19th. So this energy is leading up to it. This Venus is the goddess of love and money, and she wants to bring people, places, and things together. She binds or connects. And so this could be a connection of old goals or people that you used to be in alignment with, and it's like a rekindling of kind of like this heartfelt, passionate communication in your relationships with the people that you align yourself with. And then on the very next day, this energy is leading. So it's not only going to be on April 20th, but it's leading up to probably what I think is one of the biggest planetary meetups in the sky. That's Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. This is happening in your 12th house. I have a whole separate video on that. But this is the planet of abundance and fortune, and in your house, your 12th house of connection to the divine, connection to spirit, removing karmic bonds, moving past that. And Uranus offers these shocks and surprises. So this could be a reconnection to spirit, a reconnection to ancestors, a reconnection to knowing where did you come from, or where did these gifts and talents come from. So Gemini, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com, and to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, we have Mercury Retrograde in your 10th house of career. I like this for you because it'll have you going back over all topics of you being seen in the outside world. I'm thinking of this as an opportunity for you to say, all right, I am going to bloom in this area. Like, it's expanding, but I have too many irons in the fire, and I need to finish some of these projects. Mercury rules over your 12th house, your connection to the divine, your connection to spirit. It's also the house of self-sabotage and removing these things for you. I like that the 12th house for you is you taking the deep journeys, you going within for the inner healing and the transcendence of, in order for you to pay attention to your dreams, your intuition, when you're sitting and meditating, getting the messages from spirit guides, ancestors, angels, from another realm. Now, Mercury also rules over your 3rd house of communication, who you communicate with on a daily basis. This could be with neighbors and siblings. This could be teaching a class or taking a class. The 3rd house represents all types of communication with people that you see on a daily basis or people that are close to home. This is also the house of where you talk and exchange ideas with. And so this could be you putting thoughts and ideas down on paper or recording some things. Now, the chart ruler of Mercury is in your 9th house. So for me, this means that you might be initiating, taking a class, taking a workshop, or going back over and redoing that, or saying, I need to go here, I need to travel here, I need to reconnect with these people. Mercury is going to go past your Chiron, your wound, your identity wound of who has wounded you and not believed in you, in what you can become. The top of your chart, your 10th house, your most seen house, your reputation, your public image. The 10th house represents your professional life, what you want to achieve, honors and awards. So who did not support you when you were younger? This could have been teachers, this could have been parents or friends or significant others or co-workers. This could be people that have said things to you that have cut down your identity, and it cut to the core. Because Mercury also rules your 3rd house, I would say that it could also be like early education, school, or people that are like siblings, cousins, neighbors, those people that have been in your life. Mercury is then going to go across your North Node. This is an opportunity to say, I'm ready to heal from this. I'm ready to move past this, and I need to be focused on me and not their image of me. I need to rewrite my story. I need to rejoice in who I am. I need to repair my image. I need to recover from the wounds that I have felt from the words that they said, and I am resilient. I can do this. And so with all of this, there's this huge opportunity for growth and expansion. It's you moving into your identity, your authentic self of who, for your career, your job, your reputation, who do you want to be known or seen for as an authority figure, or having authority figures view you. Now, there's 2 dates I want you to remember because we are leading up to them. Mercury is also going to connect on April 19th with Venus, literally setting the stage for more introspective, like going within, for heartfelt, passionate communication and relationships with coworkers, with authority figures, with job aspects that have to do with your job and your career. Venus is the goddess of love and money, and when she connects up with Mercury, going back over, this will have you reconnecting with some of these people, places, and things. Then on the very next day, and it's not necessarily on that day, but it's literally leading up to it, this is probably the most important transit of the year. This is going to be Jupiter-Uranus conjunction on April 20th. This conjunction is going to have you connected with where you're supposed to be going, like in total alignment with who's going to help you to reach your goals. Who are you going to network with? Where are your services best rendered? I absolutely love this because Jupiter is the planet of good fortune and abundance, and Uranus is offering this change to think outside the box and pushing you towards this new direction of who are you going to be known for in the outside world, like as a career, as a life path, as an authority figure, where you where you're going to make your mark on society. So Cancer, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Leo Sun and Leo Rising, we have Mercury stationing retrograde in your ninth house. The ninth house for you represents foreign people, places, and things, higher education, diving into spirituality, taking a class, taking a workshop. It's these cross-cultural experiences. And so it's not here, but it's you experiencing it from far away or ready to take that deep dive. This could have you going back over some people, places, and things, like these topics in your life. Mercury rules over your 11th house of your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals, and who do you network with? Who do you volunteer with, or who do you align with in order to get to where you want to go? Mercury also rules over your 2nd house of your self-worth, your skill set, your salary, your income, what you need in order for you to feel secure. I love this for you because when Mercury stations retrograde, it basically is saying you have too many things going on at one time. You need to slow down, and you need to go back, and you need to finish these things in order for you to have success further on down the road. And so Mercury's going to go past your Chiron, your wound of your identity, of who did not believe, who did not validate you, who did not support you when you were growing up. This could be siblings. This could be friends, like kids on a playground. This could be teachers. This could be coaches. This could be career with a boss. This could be with a class or a workshop or higher education. Or this is also the house of publication. And so identifying with, where do I have these wounds in my life, and how can I now recover that lost part of myself? How do I restructure where I want to move forward? How can I reflect and heal? How can I restore my sense of self and identity? I want to rejuvenate. I want to rewrite my story. I am resilient, and I am going to rejoice in the growth that can come from this spiritual growth. And this could be going towards your north node of, this is the direction in which you're supposed to be doing. I need to heal from these things in my life for my greatest good. Enough time has passed that I can look back and say, what are the gifts that I can take away from this? Mercury will then cross the sun and the moon. So this is your identity and your soul, your feelings, your intuition. And then there's two dates that I really want to bring your attention to. On April 19th, Mercury is going to connect up with Venus. Venus is going to move into your 9th house. Venus is the goddess of love and money. And when she comes into the equation, it's setting the stage for you to be more introspective, more heartfelt, more passionate with your communication in your relationships. This could be with classes that you're taking, publishing things. This could be a republishing. The 9th house also represents law and legal matters. So an opportunity to go back and rework some of these things in your life. And then anticipating potentially, like I'm thinking that April 20th marks the biggest planetary meetup of the year. This is the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I absolutely love this for you because this is in your your 10th house of your career. I have a separate video on that, but Mercury leading up to it is marking this light bulb moment of good fortune, abundance, pairing with Uranus, shock and surprise of, I'm going to get this. This is coming to me with my reputation, with authority figures, being seen as an authority figure, leaving my mark on society, my career, my life path, me being seen because I'm taking the time to repair my past, heal my inner wounds, my selfhood, my identity, stepping into my authentic self and initiating the change so I can have self-preservation. So Leo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising, Mercury is now going to be going through your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of deep psychological trauma, offering healing. The 8th house is where we want to have these deep bonding experiences with other people. It's other people's money, cash, property, resources that you are connected with. This could be with family members, with debt or wills, like we share the same home or like a vacation home. This could be with exes, with alimony and child support. This can be with a business partner or a significant other. The 8th house is seriously the house of birth, death, rebirth, and transformation. And Mercury going through this house is going to offer you that opportunity to heal through the trauma of. Mercury is your chart ruler, and so it's really important because whenever Mercury stations retrograde, it affects you. And it affects your career, your job, your legacy as an authority figure, how people see you. So it's technology, email, phone, text, and it's Mercury, it's your personality, it's your habits, it's your business card. The first house is how you want to be seen. And the 10th house is you being seen like at the top of like a mountain as the authority figure or from authority figures, you literally being seen for your reputation. And so Mercury stationing retrograde is going to give you this opportunity to go back and finish some things. Like you are moving forward with a lot of things in your life, and Mercury is saying you need to stop and slow down. You have too many things going on. You need to figure out, like, finish these things. Mercury is going to conjunct Chiron, which is going to have you going back in your past with your self-wound identity of who didn't believe in me, who did not support me, who did not trust me, who did me wrong. It's an identity wound of authority figures, of parents, of siblings, of teachers, of coaches, of partners in your life. This could be truly an opportunity for you to go back and reflect and say, how can I grow from this, and what is going to be the gift that I'm going to take away from this? Enough time has passed that I can now look back on it and feel neutral, not feel anger, not feel pain, but feel neutral and say, now I can grow from this. Mercury is then going to conjunct your North Node. This is the direction you're supposed to be going to. Deep psychological healing, allowing you to heal deeply with topics about your identity, being your authentic self, stepping into your divine and saying, I'm not covering up who I am anymore. Like, this is me, raw, unfiltered, me. And then Aries is like self-preservation. I have to do this for me. I cannot be somebody else for you any longer. Mercury's going to go across the sun, who you are, your moon, your feelings, your intuition. And then there's 2 dates that I want to bring up. Before I bring up that, Mars. Mars is in your 7th house. Mars is, Aries is the ruler of Mars. And so we're looking at this and saying this will have something to do with partnership, significant other, clients, one-on-one relationships, initiating some things in your life. And where are you standing up for yourself against others? How are you showing up for your dreams? How are you taking risks? And are you in healthy relationships? All right, so now the 2 dates that I want you to remember. The first is on April 19th. I love this because Venus is going to be moving into the sign of Aries, and Mercury is going to be going back over Venus, the goddess of love and money, bringing people, places, and things together. So this is an opportunity for you to go inward and have this heartfelt, passionate communication in relationship to those people that that you were in these bonded experiences with: family, exes, business partners, and significant others. This could be with, remember, this is people that you wanted to be in an experience with, a partnership with, and maybe it didn't go well, or people that you do want these healthy relationships. This is going to give you an opportunity to like rediscover the meaning of these relationships and to reflect, take a moment to revive and heal from. And then on the next day, this is not exactly on the 20th, but it is literally leading up to the 20th. It is aha moments. It is intense. It is this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. It is probably the biggest planetary meetup of 2024. I have a separate video on it, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but all of this is leading up to you releasing the aggression, releasing the anger, and you saying, I'm going to rearrange my life, and I'm going to rekindle my love for myself, and I'm going to rejoice in who I am, how I show up in partnership, what I have to offer, and I'm going to restore. Back to square one so I can grow and evolve, tap into my authentic self. I am going to be the one that's going to initiate this change for self-preservation. So Virgo, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Libra Sun and Libra Rising, Mercury is stationing retrograde in your 7th house of partnership. So the 7th house represents you in partnership with clients, business partners, significant others, best friends. It's where you find love. It's where you negotiate. It's written and unwritten. Be very wary of new contracts, going back over them. Like, this is really important because the 7th house represents where you negotiate, or where you find there's unwritten and written contracts and negotiation. So anything that's written for you. Now Mercury rules over your 9th house of taking classes and workshops and diving into religion and spirituality, legal matters, things being published. The 9th house represents cross-cultural experiences and foreign people, places, and things. Mercury also rules over your 12th house. Now the 12th house can stand for, it's like a catch-all for self-sabotage and hidden enemies and affliction and institutions, but it also represents our hidden supports. So that's our dreams, our intuition, our psychic abilities, our ability to tap into source. It's our angels, our guides, our connection to the divine. It's our ability to transcend for inner healing. And so there's something going on with you that's going to require you to go back and review. Who are you spending your time with? What contracts do you, whether they're written or unwritten, like I said I was going to do it, well, you have the opportunity to change your mind. Mercury will go across your Chiron. Chiron is the wound to you. It's the I. Aries is the self. And so where have you been in contact with or in connection with people that did not support you? This could be with significant others, business partners, friends, family members. This could be when you were younger in school. These could be mentors. These could be guides. It's the wound of self, of how you feel about how others put you down and you did not stand up for yourself, or you tried, but they squashed you. Now, Mercury is then going to go across your North Node. You have to be able to release these things. You have to be able to stand back and have enough space between you and the event to say, I can look at this now and not have a feeling. I can be neutral about it. I can see where I can grow and evolve and change. I can recover. I am resilient. I can reflect and I can repair. I can rejuvenate. I can reflect in how I have spiritually, physically, and emotionally grown from these experiences. And now I'm better because of this. Now, Mercury is then going to go across your North Node. You need to get rid of all these things. You need to move into this. and then the sun and the moon. The sun, who you are, your moon, your feelings, your intuition. And then there's 2 dates that I want you to remember or bring to your attention. Mercury is also going to connect or conjunct with Venus. Venus is the goddess of love. And so money, prosperity, and people. So this could bring people from your past who you have once been in relationship with, business or significant other, and bring them back into your life. And so this will give you an opportunity to be more introspective, more heartfelt, more passionate with your communication in your relationships with clients, one-on-one, business, significant other. The second one I think is the most important, biggest planetary meetup in the sky of 2024 is the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I created a separate video on that, but I'm only going to briefly talk about this. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune. And so this is about abundance. This is pairing with Uranus, shock and surprise. I have to be in alignment. I have to get rid of the feelings and restore myself to square one. I have to be in recovery mode of moving forward for self-preservation. I have to initiate the change. I have to be authentic. I have to step into my selfhood. I have to put myself first in all partnerships. I have to think about myself first in order to get the most out of the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction that's going to be happening, because that is just going to be offering you so much with healing and connection with contracts, with the opportunity for total psychological transformation, because the 8th house is the house of birth, death, and rebirth. So Libra, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer full moon and new moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Scorpio Sun and Scorpio Rising, Mercury is stationing retrograde in your 6th house. For you, this is your daily habits, bringing to your attention that you have to put self-care first, self-preservation first. Mercury rules over your 8th house of your connection to others, that it's like psychological trauma, psychological bonding, birth, death, rebirth. It's the house of you connected with family, if there's debt or wills or business partners or significant others. The 8th house represents where you desire to have these deep connections with others, and you don't, and there's always this opportunity for transformation of. Mercury also rules over your 11th house of what are your hopes, your wishes, your dreams, your goals. Who do you align yourself with? Where do you want to be with people in public? This could be with volunteering. This could be your sisterhood. Mercury stationing retrograde in your 6th house is going to have you take a step back and say, my health needs to be number one. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, psychological. You've had a rough couple of years. And so this is an opportunity to say, are you standing up for yourself? Are you standing up against others? How are you showing up for your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your wishes, your passions, your desires? How healthy is your relationship with your aggression and your anger? Don't let it eat away at you. What is driving you? And so Mercury is going to go and can go backwards past your wound of your identity, of where people talked down to you, didn't support your goals, didn't believe in you, didn't have faith in you. This could be friends or enemies, significant others, teachers, bosses. Then Mercury is going to go back through the North Node. You needing to be able to have enough space between the events that have happened, that healing has been allowed to occur, because you are resilient, and it's an opportunity for you to have recovery, to restore yourself, to and rejuvenate who you are, to rewrite your story, to rediscover who is the inner child, and rekindle the love of yourself. Loving yourself so you can give freely to others, to be healthy inside and out. Mercury is also then going to go across the sun, who you are, your moon, your intuition, your feelings, your emotions. And then 2 important dates. The first is April 19th. Mercury is going to then conjunct with Venus. Venus is the goddess of love and money and passion. And when Mercury is going backwards, coming into contact with her, this is going to offer you this opportunity to be introspective, to share your story, to be heartfelt, to be passionate in your communication, in your relationships, to be able to say, these are my wants, my needs, my desires, and I have to put myself first. I have to do this for self-preservation. Then on the next day, on April 20th, and it's not just going to happen on April 20th, it's literally leading up to it. This is the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I have a separate video on it, but I'm telling you that this Mercury retrograde is leading up to what's happening and what's building in partnership. Jupiter is the planet of abundance and the Santa Claus of the Zodiac. And Uranus offers these shocks and surprises. And so this will be a total paradigm shift for you, pushing you into the right direction and showing you this is where I'm supposed to be going. I need to revisit my past. I need to rethink why these things happened and what did I learn from it, and rediscover like who I am and embrace the divine being that you are. Because when you get hurt, people don't realize, like when a Scorpio gets hurt, it creates this cut on their soul. And so this is an opportunity for you to recover and to restore yourself in order to move forward with the great capacity to love that you have. So for Scorpio, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Sagittarius Sun and Sagittarius Rising, Mercury is stationing retrograde in your 5th house. Now for you, this is in a trine to your 1st house of self, so it's more of a positive. It's having you clear out some things in order for you to move forward with what you want to do. Mercury rules over your career, and it rules over your partnership sector, you with other people, you being seen in the outside world, and you with partnership, clients, one-on-one relationships, best friends, significant others. So when Mercury stations retrograde in your 5th house, this could have you going back over topics that have to do with children, or tapping into what did I like to do as a child, creativity, all types of creativity, art and music and poetry, or where do I want to take risks, things that I want to do. Mercury retrograde in your 5th house can also bring back past lovers from your past back into your life again. Now, Mercury is going to go go backwards and conjunct with Chiron. Chiron in your 5th house is the wound of your identity. Who did not think that my art was beautiful, or did not appreciate the music, or when you were younger, coaches or teachers or business partners or significant others, authority figures, and this could also be parents. So you being able to take a step back and say, how did they show up for me? How can I heal from this? How can I move forward from this? How can I see the gift in the lessons that I've learned? Because I am resilient. I can recover. I can grow. I can restore myself back to that inner child. Mercury's then going to conjunct with the North Node. You saying that I need to bring fun, joy, and pleasure to every day of your life. You revisiting who were you, and how do you let that inner child out? How do you blossom with this? Then Mercury's going to go past your sun and your moon, your identity and your internal feelings. And then 2 dates that are very important. The first one is April 19th, and this is going to be leading up to it. Venus is the goddess of love and money and beauty, and she likes to bring people, places, and things together. So Venus is going to be moving forward, and Mercury going back over. You rethinking or being more introspective or heartfelt or passionate with your communication in your relationships, either with children or with lovers, or in creative with poetry. Something that you could use also to make money with, your resources with. And then the second day is what I think is the most important conjunction, big planetary meetup in the sky on April 20th is the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. I absolutely love this. There's a separate video on it, so I'm only going to touch on how Mercury is leading up to it. Once you have cleared the way of what is holding you back, you restructure, you realign. This is rekindling your what do I want to do for fun, joy, pleasure, rediscovering your inner child, and reviving, making play a part of your daily habits. That's going to remove everything so Jupiter and Uranus can expand upon making it a daily habit. So Sagittarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Capricorn Sun and Capricorn Rising, Mercury is in your 4th house of home. So Mercury rules over your 6th house of what do you do on a daily basis. Your daily habits, self-care, co-workers, mental, physical, spiritual health, well-being. Mercury also rules over you wanting to travel, diving into a religion or spirituality, having something published, legal matters, cross-cultural experiences. When Mercury stations retrograde in your 4th house of your home, your foundation, the 4th house represents your genealogy. It's your foundation or your traditions, your property. It's the people who have built upon those people that shaped you, or what your home or family is built upon. It can mean remodeling, restructuring, rejuvenating, rearranging, all things that have to do with your home, restoring some things. Now, as Mercury is stationing retrograde, it's going to go back through and connect up with Chiron again. As it's conjunct with Chiron, Chiron is the wound in the sign of Aries, is selfhood. Where have you felt wronged or wounded by other people not believing in you, not trusting in you, not believing in your goals, things that you wanted to do, not believing things that you've said or done. This could be teachers, this could be students, like your classmates when you were younger. This could be authority figures or bosses. This could even be family members, especially family members because it's in your 4th house. And this could be your ancestors of. Now, this will be an opportunity to go back and heal. I'm saying that this could also have to do with past family because of the genealogy, and going back over and thinking that you're one thing and then finding out another, or uncovering some fibs or lies, and moving in the direction of selfhood, of your own identity, of who are you and how do you build this home. How are you showing up for your dreams, for your passions, for your desires? Where are you taking these risks? Are you standing up for yourself and reflecting on what are your desires? What lights a fire for you? And so Mercury then is going to go across your North Node, making this a priority. And then the Sun and the Moon, the Sun of bringing a focus to this house of who you are, the Moon, your feelings and your intuition, and needing to be the one to initiate the change for self-preservation. There's two dates that are important. I would like you to jot them down. Mercury is also going to connect up with Venus, the goddess of love and money and beauty, on April 19th. So Venus in the fourth house can be bringing more beauty into the home, or wanting to, beautify the home, or making money from the home. And so that's on April 19th, and it sets the stage for this heartfelt, passionate connection with others through relationships, and this could be with family members. And then the second day is April 20th. I think that this is probably the biggest planetary meetup of 2024, and Mercury stationing retrograde and the work that you're doing at this time is leading up to the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction on April 20th. Jupiter is the planet of abundance, gifts, and it's the Santa Claus of the Zodiac. And Uranus is shocks and surprises in the earthy sign of Taurus, in your fifth house of children and fun and joy and creativity. Since there's a separate video on it, I just want to talk about that Mercury has you clearing out some things at home in order for you to accept the abundance of where you are moving towards. So Capricorn, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Aquarius Sun and Aquarius Rising, Mercury is stationing retrograde in your third house of communication. It's not just communication, but it's communication and short distance travel. It's who you speak to on a daily basis. It's technology and science like AI, and alternative travel and alternative communication, email, phone, text, Reddit, YouTube, TikTok, all of the ways that you gather information and expel information with others. Now, Mercury rules over your eighth house of your deep bonding experiences with other people. This could be with family members if you have like a home or debt or wills. This can be business partners. This can be significant others, and this can be exes with alimony and child support. The eighth house represents its private affairs, things that we don't share with others, but we have these deep connections, whether they are good or bad, they're here. Mercury also rules over your fifth house of children or childlike activities, or of sex and pleasure and art and music and creativity. It's where we take risks and where we explore things in the outside world. So Mercury stationing retrograde, use a lot of caution when it comes to anything that has to do with technology and travel. It's just going to slow you down. It has an opportunity to have you going back over and reflecting on, how am I showing up for my dreams, my passions, my desires? Am I standing up for myself? Am I standing up for others? It'll have you rediscovering and rewriting kind of like your own story, because as Mercury stations retrograde, it's going to conjunct again with Chiron. Chiron is the wound, but it's your identity wound of who didn't think I'd amount to anything, who said that about me, who didn't trust me, who didn't believe me. This could be with classmates when you were younger, parents, siblings, relatives, co-workers, authority figures. It's your wound on your identity, and an opportunity for you to rewrite your story, to rediscover what are the lessons or the gifts that I can take away from this. It's in hopes that enough time has passed that when you think back on it, that you can remain neutral, not angry, not sad, but to say, what can I take away from this? What did I gain from this? Look where I am now. Stepping into selfhood, initiating the change of who you are becoming. The North Node is also here, so this is you moving in this direction, relieving yourself, releasing yourself, putting the past in the past, but not forgetting it, recreating and rediscovering what I can do with those lessons. Now, there's two dates that I want to bring to your attention. Mercury is also going to connect with the planet of Venus on April 19th. So Venus is the goddess of love and money and beauty, and she wants to bring people, places, and things together. And so this sets the stage for you to be going introspective, like going within, with kind words, heartfelt compassion, recreating and like rekindling your possibly some relationships. And then the second one is, I believe it's the most important transit, or the biggest transit of 2024. It's going to be April 20th. Now, it's going to be Jupiter Uranus, and it's the dates that lead up to it and that date. So it's not like the big thing can happen on that date, but Jupiter Uranus conjunction is going to happen in your 4th house of your home. So I have a separate video on this, but Mercury stationing retrograde has you clearing out the energy, offering the planet of abundance and gifts to meet up with shock and surprise, to offer you what's going to happen with your home, your foundation, with what you build your life upon, and those people that shape you. And it's a transformation, and it's a recovery, and it's you showing your resilience. So Aquarius, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For a private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe. So for Pisces Sun and Pisces Rising, Mercury is stationing retrograde in your 2nd house. The 2nd house stands for your salary, your income, your cash, your property. It's movable property. It's your finances. It's things that you need to surround yourself with in order to feel safe and secure. It's your attitude towards these things. It's like your work ethic. Now, Mercury rules over your partnership sector. This represents your business partner, your significant other, your clients, your one-on-one relationships, and best friends. And open enemies. And so knowing that all of these things are going to be coming into play. Mercury also rules over your 4th house of your home, your family, your roots, your foundation, those people that have shaped you, your genealogy, the people that have come before you. And so Mercury, what you need in order to be stable, having something to do with your home and your clients or your best friends or partners or exes. Now, Mercury is going to be stationing retrograde. As it stations retrograde, it's going to have you going back over your bills, your money, your resources, your salary, your income, how you it'll have you going back over your personal assets, your personal resources, and bringing them into like an alignment of like redoing your bills, or looking at where is my money going to. Mercury stationing retrograde in the 2nd house is also about your values and your opinions. As you're looking at everything, you might say, I no longer value this, and I'm willing to let go of it, give it to a warm hand, or donate or sell it. This is really important to me. I want to rejuvenate it. I want to rejoice in this, or I want to recover this, or I want to rediscover this. Now, Mercury is going to go back over Chiron, your identity wound. This will have you looking back at times in your life when you were younger where you were not valued or appreciated. This could be with when you were in school, with other classmates, a teacher, a boss, a significant other. The 2nd house is about values and opinions and what you need to feel secure. And the wound has to do with how did they hurt you with words that made you feel not valued, not appreciated, not loved, for your dreams, your passions, your desires. And so this is an opportunity for you to say, I need to be moving towards my North Node. I need to be moving towards health and healing. I am resilient. I can recover that part of me that I felt was lost. I can restore and repair myself. I want to be able to look back on it. The goal of this is to be able to look back on your wound with enough time and space to say, I'm no longer angry about it. I'm no longer, to remain neutral and say that I now can look at the gift that came from that lesson, enough time and space. And so it's an opportunity to realign with where you're supposed to be going. Mercury's then going to cross over your sun and moon, backwards, and that's your identity, that's your feelings. Then two important dates, a couple dates to remember. Mercury is also going to connect with Venus on April 19th. Venus is the goddess of love and money and prosperity and finer things. And so this is finding the value of these things. Now, when Mercury stations retrograde and conjuncts with Venus, this could have you being more introspective, looking at your things and saying, do I value this? Who gave me this? Like, I'm heartfelt about it. I'm passionate about it. And being more communicative in your relationships with those people that are that you value the most. Like, who do you keep within your inner circle? The second is probably what I am considering the biggest planetary meetup of the year, and that's Jupiter-Uranus. Now, Jupiter and Uranus, it's happening on April 20th. I have a separate video on that, but I want to tell you what's leading up to this. Jupiter-Uranus it's not going to happen on that day. It's all of these things that are building up to it, and it's these aha moments. All of these changes, these pushes of opportunities for you to rejuvenate, to rewrite your story, to rejoice in your growth, to repair and reflect on where you have been in order to know where you are going, to review your past and rethink, where do I want to go? The North Node in your second house has you focused on, I need to be focused on my self-worth, my cash, my property, my resources, before I worry about anybody else that's out there. And then that leads up to the gift that's going to come from the April 20th Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So Pisces, I would love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments below. Please join me live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I offer new moon and full moon astrology consultations. For private consultation, you can schedule that at willowgracemystic.com. And to get updates as soon as they're released, please subscribe.